Welcome back, guys, to Mark's Fish Care, and I'm finally starting my series of tips and care of all of my fish in my fish room. Like you know already, I have about 4 aquariums, so from saltwater to 75-gallon aquarium and planted aquariums as well. So in today's video we will be talking about Black Molies, so let's get right into it. Hello guys, in front of you there are a couple of Black Molies. There's one over here. I have about 10 to 15 guys in here. This is my 36 bow front acorn planted aquarium. It's been running for about 2 years and it's completely planted. And I actually did full rescape of it couple weeks ago. If you guys want to check that video out as well, please go ahead. But let's get started with the size. How big do these guys really get? So these guys get to be about 3 inches for males and a little bit and about 3.5 to 4 inches for females. And how to sex them is very easy actually, because the males, they have this a fin under their bellies which looks like a hook actually, and what they use that to pretty much hook onto the female and deposit sperm. So it's very easy. If you guys want to separate them in the future references, you guys should definitely watch for that, because these guys they breed a lot and they produce about 80 fry per one batch. So if you have planted aquarium like this is perfect scenario for them for the fry to survive, because Black Mollies, they're notorious for eating their own fry. And when you have planted aquarium, first of all, it provides a lot of hiding spaces for little fry that just hatched, and it gives them a little bit of opportunity to pretty much nip on some plants and survive on the first days when you don't even see them. And especially in this kind of big aquarium, you can't even see them and find them to spot feed them or anything like that. So, and you shouldn't really give your fry. There's like those little fry boxes. I mean, I used to do that too, but my experience with that, it cost me a lot of problems in the future, because I have a lot of mollies now and I actually had to set up another planted aquarium just for them to separate the males from females. That's pretty much the only problem that I had with them. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is, of course, temperature, how warm the water should be. Well, mollies are pretty hardy fish and they should be doing good anywhere from 74 to 78 up to 80 Fahrenheit. I think the best choice is probably around 76 to 78 Fahrenheit, I'd say, because first of all, it's good for plants and it's good overall temperature to maintain in your aquarium. But there is a kind of one negative side about them, that these guys can get aggressive if you have too many males for females. So just keep that in mind. You always want to have 1 male per 3 females. That's the best ratio. Of course, sometimes you cannot have all the perfect ratios in life, but it's definitely good idea to make sure you kind of think about it before you buy them. Because if you have 1 male to 3 females, then it will reduce your mollies aggression drastically. So just that's very important information. Also, from my own experience, like you see, this aquarium is all over the place. Mollies, they usually like to hang out at the top when they feed. You have 2 guys over here right now, and but these guys are notorious for picking up all of the uneaten foods or anything that drops down. They will go and search for it. They're always constantly searching for food. So it's very nice to have that fish in your aquarium as well, because it keeps your substrate clean, especially like this one. I usually don't vacuum this substrate because it has a lot of plants, and I didn't really vacuum it a lot. I'd say maybe good 10 times in 2 years, and as you see, the aquarium is doing pretty good. So it depends on situations, because all the plants are pretty much working as a filter anyways. And these guys are very sociable fish as well. They like to hang out together, and you can keep them pretty much with any other community fish, because as you see in front of me, I have bloodfin tetras in here, I have neon tetras, even though they're much smaller. I have green eye tetras, green tetras, green electric tetras, and I have Loaches somewhere on the bottom. And I used to have gourami, dwarf gourami in here, of course not the regular gourami, but just the dwarf one. So they've been doing very well with all of the other fish. They're actually a little bit sensitive to water parameters, so you gotta kind of make sure that your temperature is the same and you're keeping up with your water changes. I of course keep Eheim 350 canister filter in this aquarium, so the water looks phenomenal. It's super crystal clear, and as you see in front of you guys, and I think my fish enjoy it far more than even when I'm looking at the aquarium. So that's very important for your fish. And as you see here, we have different kinds of like coloration. Look at this guy. This guy is pretty much from the batch of Black Molies, and he has like kind of silverish with black dots on it. Super beautiful. The other thing that these fish are very known for, pretty much, that they can survive in the salt water. So if you ever decide to try it or anything like that, before you do that, you should probably acclimate them before that 100%, but they can survive in salt water. So that's pretty much tells you how hardy this fish actually is, and it's kind of a good investment as well, because I started with 2 mollies actually, 1 male, 1 female, and they produced me a bunch of fish, a bunch of other mollies. So now I want to take you to my other planted aquarium and show you my other batch of mollies. Here's my other planted tank with Black Molies, and I got a couple of Mexican dwarf lobsters in here as well. I actually bought more of the fluoride substrate in here, so that's why some of the plants are floating right now. I will add it in the next couple of days and make sure everything is nice and tight. The other thing that I forgot to mention is the aquarium size. You should always aim for the bigger the better, of course, but in this case the molly should be kept anywhere from 15 gallon and up pretty much, and it always depends on what your numbers. So for the 15 gallon I wouldn't put more than 4 mollies in there for sure, and I would think that 20 gallon would be perfect number for mollies to start with. But they're very sociable and very beautiful fish, and I enjoy them a lot, and it's a good investment, like I said already. pH should be anywhere from 7.5 to 8.2, so in that range you should be considering to keep it. And if you're gonna do all these little factors, and make sure that your water changes are always done, and feed them with flakes and bloodworms, brine shrimp, give them some variety of food, then your mollies will live a long and happy life in your aquariums. So I hope that this video was helpful, and if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below, and I'm answering to every question and every comment, just to let you know. And have a beautiful and wonderful day, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.